You are welcome to the Messiah Revelation channel, prophetic channel dedicated to the end times. We are in the days of the sounding of the final trumpet of heaven. The Messiah, Yeshua, is coming. He's coming for judgment. Today, our message is dedicated to a city and a culture. And the city is the city of Jerusalem. And the culture is the days of Lot. And when the Bible talks about the days of Lot, it is talking about the culture of the days of Lot. What happened in the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah. The Messiah was given a blueprint, a forecast, a prophecy about what will happen in the world few hours before his arrival, few days, few years, few decades before his arrival. And he gave us a hint, and we are focusing on only two of them. Jerusalem as your sign, as your signal, as your warning post. So the Messiah talked about the city of Jerusalem, and he talked about the city in Luke 21, verse 24. It is an end time prophecy, and it has several components, and it spans for centuries, 2 centuries. And so let's look at Luke 21, verse 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles are up. And so you can see that this end time prophecy has several components. Number one, the children of God, the Hebrews, they will fall by the edge of the sword. That's the first one. And then after that, Jerusalem, the city, will be trodden down of the Gentiles. And then number three, there will be a time when the times of the Gentiles are up. And so that is the components of the prophecy in Luke 21, verse 24. We are in the last days, and the time of the Gentiles, we are watching it now. There's a lot of deception going on in the world, and the deception is coming from pastors, and they call themselves evangelicals, and they have big platforms. I was watching a video, and Pastor John Hagee, an American evangelical, he was talking, and he was saying that the time of the Gentiles has been fulfilled. And if the time of the Gentiles has been fulfilled, then it means that we are lucky. We are lucky because we are very close to the coming of the Messiah. Pastor Hagee said that the times of the Gentiles were fulfilled in 1967. He has a lot of following. He has a big platform. He's known over the world. And he's very close to presidents, including American presidents, including Donald J. Trump. And he made a statement. The times of the Gentiles were fulfilled in 1967. He used the year 1967. Why 1967? 1967 was a year of war when the Jews captured Jerusalem. And according to Pastor John Hagee, it was a miracle because Jerusalem was trodden down of the Gentiles in AD 70 until 1967, when Jerusalem was, quote unquote, miraculously captured by the Jews. And so since the Jews are now occupying Jerusalem, the city, it means the times of the Gentiles have been fulfilled. And so the Gentiles trampled down on the city of Jerusalem from AD 70 to 1967, when the city was captured by the Jews, who are now occupying Jerusalem, having established the state of Israel in 1948 as a result of the Balfour Declaration. There's a lot of, I would say, fabrication and falsehood in the statement made by Pastor John Hagee. And as we go through this video, you see the falsehood. Number one, AD 70 was Jerusalem trodden by Gentiles. Yes, it was, because there was an invasion. There was an army in the city, the city of Jerusalem, and the children of God they were taken captives, as Luke 21:24 talks about. But who were taken captive in 19 AD 70 in the city of Jerusalem? Who were there? Which group of people? Luckily, archaeological records help us, and you know about the discoveries about the city of Masada. The city of Masada. There was an archaeological excavation, and the ruins of Masada were discovered, and they found bones of people, and they analyzed the bones, and they saw the type of people who were living in the city of Masada. And surprisingly, they saw people with Negroid features. They were Negroes with dreadlocks. And if you look at Numbers chapter 6, verse 1 to 5, you know the instructions given by Moses for Nazarites not to cut their hair, to have dreadlocks. The Masada discoveries show that the people who live in Masada, a city in the province of Judah, they were Negroes. Definitely they were not Ashkenazi Jews. So yes, I agree with Pastor John Hagee that Jerusalem was trodden by Gentiles. Of course, the Gentiles are the Romans, the Europeans who invaded the city of Jerusalem. But at that time, Negroes were living in the city of Jerusalem. Hebrew Israelites were living in the city of Jerusalem. The city of Jerusalem was not inhabited by Ashkenazi Jews who later on came to occupy the city. And so in 1948, you saw the establishment of the Balfour State, the State of Israel in 1948. And there was a war around those times. You remember war, 1948, war, 1956, and then war, 1967, war, 1973, the Yom Kippur War. So Pastor John Hagee is saying that the times of the Gentiles were fulfilled in 1967 when Israel captured Jerusalem. The 1948 state captured Jerusalem. So according to Pastor John Hagee, the times of the Gentiles have been fulfilled. And I disagree with him. The times of the Gentiles are still going on because Jerusalem is still being trampled down by Gentiles. And we are looking at several things. One, is there a possession? Are Gentiles possessing the city of Jerusalem? Are Gentiles occupying the city of Jerusalem at the time of making this video? Are Gentiles trodden down the city of Jerusalem with violence? And are Gentiles defiling the holy city with LGBT culture? You can answer those questions. And then you go to Obadiah verse 17. Obadiah is only one chapter. So you go to verse 17 of Obadiah chapter 1. The house of Jacob, the children of Jacob shall possess their possessions. And so it's a future. It's a future, a prophecy that will be fulfilled in the future. The house of Jacob will possess their possession. Jerusalem is still being trodden down by Gentiles, regardless of what anybody tells you. Because after 1967, somewhere around 2015, 2016, 17 going, you see Tel Aviv coming on the news, being the gay capital of the world. Long after 1967, Gentiles are still trodden down on the city of Jerusalem. There is an armada of warships in and around the city of Jerusalem. Gentiles are trodden over the city. They are fighting for possession of the city. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, whose Jerusalem? Is Jerusalem owned by Ashkenazi Jews, or is Jerusalem owned? Is it the possession of the children of Jacob who are still scattered all over the world? You can debate it, but Jerusalem is still trodden down of the Gentiles. They are in possession, they are in control, they are still defiling the city. Their warships are in the Mediterranean Sea, their warships are in the Red Sea, their warships are there. And at the time of making this video, 12 American warships are already there, 4,000 Marines are there, because Gentiles are fighting for control of the holy city in Jerusalem. They are fighting for control. The holy city, Jerusalem. Gentiles are still fighting for control. Wars are there. Gaza war. You see all kinds of violence. There's no peace. And you see people who pretend to be Jews. They are not. They are of the synagogue of Satan. Luke 21:24 must be read in conjunction with Revelation 2 verse 9 and Revelation 3 verse 9. There will be some people who will call themselves Jews. They are not, but they are of the synagogue of Satan. And so, are we in the end times? Yes, we are in the end of days, because two major warnings are now operating before our eyes. Jerusalem is being trodden down by Gentiles. It's being trampled down by Gentiles. And when you see gay flags in Jerusalem, nobody will tell you that it is being trodden down by Gentiles. It's being possessed by people who say they are Jews, but they are not. The Messiah, Yeshua, is saying that they are of the synagogue of Satan. Are we in the last days? Yes, we are in the last days, because the warnings in Luke 21 verse 4, the warnings in Revelation 2 verse 9, Revelation 3 verse 9, they are still operating. and Jerusalem is being trodden down of Gentiles after 1967. In fact, 1967 even made it easier for Gentiles to trod and trample and defy the city of Jerusalem with violence, with occupation, with possession, and with the hosting and uplifting of gay LGBT flag in the holy city in Jerusalem. Are we in the last days? Yes, we are in the days of the trampling down of the holy city of Jerusalem. So we are in Luke 21:24. We are in Revelation 2 verse 9. We are in Revelation 3 verse 9. The second prophecy is related to a culture, the days of Lot. When the Messiah talks about the days of Lot, he's saying that prior to his coming, the world will look like the days of Lot. And when we're talking about the days of Lot, we are talking about the days of Sodom and Gomorrah. And so we go to Genesis chapter 19. And what happened in the days of Lot? You saw gay men. They attempted to rape angels of God. And so there was an abomination going on in the time of Lot. Gay men attempted to rape angels of God. They didn't know they were angels of God. They attempted to rape them because they saw men and they had a lust. They had a reprobate mind. And so they even went to the stream of attempting to rape angels of God who were sent to watch the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah. It was an abomination. It was a culture, a gay culture. And there was another abomination. When Lot saw that the gay men were going to rape the angels of God, he begged them and said, I have daughters, they are virgins. I will give my virgin daughters for you to rape them. And why did Lot do that? He did that because raping daughters was not as abominable than the gay men raping angels of God, raping strangers who had come to visit Lot. So he offered his virgin daughters to the gay men to rape. Of course, a man sleeping with a woman, Lot reasoned that it is not as abominable as a man sleeping with a man or a woman as sleeping with a woman. Because the laws of Leviticus are very clear. And so when the Messiah talks about the days of Lot, he was talking about a culture. He was talking about a gay culture. He was talking about homosexuality. He was talking about abomination. He was talking about disobedience. He was talking about reprobate mind. And so the Messiah said that prior to his coming, the world will look like the days of Sodom and Gomorrah. And so the Messiah talked about what will happen to a city, Jerusalem, in the days of his coming, and what will happen to the culture. And the Messiah was saying that that culture will not prevail only in the city of Jerusalem, it will prevail all over the world. And now, do you see LGBT prevailing over the world? Are we in the last days? Yes, you see LGBT culture dominating the world, and they are using their power, they are using their money, they are using their influence to promote the gay culture all over the world. And so we are in the days of Lot, and the prophecies in the Bible are coming to pass. And as we are in the days of Lot, the Messiah is giving us a warning. And the warning is very clear. When you see that the world is in It is in a period that resembles the days of Lot. You should conclude that we are in the last days. We are past the days of Lot. There was no transgender community in Sodom and Gomorrah, but now we have transgender all over the world, and the euphemism, the catchword is inclusiveness, diversity. Diversity to include the culture of Sodom and Gomorrah. And so we are seeing the prophecy being fulfilled before our very eyes. The days of Lot are here. The days of transgender are here. And so you see someone, a man or a woman, who reminds you of Leviticus warning, and you see a culture going on in the world that reminds you of Leviticus warning, and then you also see a gay country. So you see a gay person, a gay culture, and then a gay country. When I say a gay country, it's a country and that has compromised and has implemented gay policy, gay affirming policies. 2015, June 26, 2015, Supreme Court of the United States legalized same-sex marriage. And then later on, transgenderism is also being promoted. Are we in the days of Lot, or have we passed the days of Lot? And then you saw gay countries, United States, sending ambassadors to promote gay culture in Africa. And you saw a vice president coming to Africa, going to Africa to promote gay culture in Africa. And the vice president is now on the heels of being a president, at least being a presidential candidate. And it means that the days of Lot will continue. The days of Lot will continue because prophecy has to be fulfilled. The agenda has to be fulfilled. Revelation 13 relating to the Antichrist has to be fulfilled. Luke 21 verse 24 has to be fulfilled. The prophecy about the days of Sodom and Gomorrah has to be fulfilled. And the Lord is giving us a warning. Your pastor may be a gay, your sister may be a gay, your boss where you work may be a gay, the president of your country may be a gay, your pastor, your church members, a lot of them will be gay. And when you see all those things, don't wonder, because prophecy has to be fulfilled. But the warning is very clear. And so I will conclude my discussion by giving you a vision that I had. The vision happened in Baltimore in the United States. It happened in the daytime around about 2 p.m. I was walking on the street. All of a sudden, I saw a cloud, yellow cloud all over. And then I heard a voice, brimstone and fire, brimstone and fire. And then for about 5 minutes, everything that I saw was yellow. And then later on, I did research when the vision was over. It was a daytime vision, walking on the street around 2 p.m. In daytime, summertime, 2006. And then I heard the voice, brimstone and fire, brimstone and fire. And I want to remind you, the Lord judged the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah with brimstone and fire. It is an archaic word for sulfur. Sulfur has burning properties. And when archaeological work was done on the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah, they found that the cities were destroyed with sulfur. And so it coincides with the prophecy of judgment by brimstone and fire. Genesis chapter 19, verses 24 to 25. You know the judgment that came on the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah. And so two prophecies are very important today. The prophecy about Jerusalem. Luke 21:24. Jerusalem will be trodden down of Gentiles until their time is up. Masada fell in AD 70, and Masada was occupied by Negroes, black people, Hebrew Israelites, if you call them. Their city was destroyed. They fell by the edge of the sword. They were scattered to all the four corners of the earth. They are still being scattered to all the four corners of the earth. Jerusalem is being trodden down of Gentiles, LGBT flag, being hosted in the city. Armada of warships are around the city. The city is in occupation, is under occupation, but it will continue until the times of the Gentiles are up. Zechariah 1, verse 18 to 20. If you read, you will see the horns that scattered the children of Judah. They will be under judgment. This is the judgment. You are part of the generation that will see the city of Jerusalem be trodden down of the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles is up. You are part of this generation. You see the days of Lot. You see a gay culture on a global scale. You see gay persons, and you see gay culture, and you see gay countries. It shows you that you are part of the last generations. Repent and accept the gospel of the Messiah. Judgment is coming very soon. Even judgment of Sodom and Gomorrah is coming very soon. Judgment by brimstone and fire. Thank you. My email, raptureafrica@yahoo.com. I'm leaving it in the description box. Thank you for watching this video.